So on this channel, I usually don't cover anime. However, there has been one that's been on my head. Just based off the music and everything alone, it sets up a very interesting premise and something that you never really thought coming. So today we're going to talk about Made in Abyss and how the music and the setting and the overall atmosphere creates a very unique horror experience. The premise for Made in Abyss is simple. In fact, its simple colors and basic details will probably push many viewers away, and I believe this is done on purpose. I'll explain what I mean later. Spoilers ahead. We start with our two characters, Nat and Rico, two orphans belonging to a group of young divers that are tasked to explore the abyss every day. The surface level of this town sits atop of a huge abyss that is impossible to miss. This cutesy art style that Made in Abyss has gives an impression that it's going to be a children's story of two young kids exploring the outdoors. We come across Reg, a robotic figure from the abyss, unknown of its origin, who accompanies Rico on their journey to explore the abyss. What accompanies the introduction of the abyss is a musical score that perfectly pairs the feeling of exploration while also creating a sense of uneasiness. What exactly lies beyond the abyss? The same musical score shifts its tone from an upbeat to creating anxiety as a way to mentally prepare us for what to expect next. The very last scene of the very first episode of the show introduces us to the abyss, and what follows is one of my favorite scenes, paired with the perfect song just to introduce us to the world of Made in Abyss. Within that same song, it changes its shift and now changes the mood entirely of the song, where it's more anxiety filled, creating this impression that this childlike animation that we began to watch isn't exactly what you signed up for. And I would say that out of every single horror anime that I've seen, I feel like this is probably the most horrifying, just because everything that you were watching up to this point is not what you expected. Let me make that very clear. So if you've never seen Made in Abyss before, let me sell you with just the basic premise of the actual abyss, what it entails, and what makes this show so horrifying. Let's just begin with that. The abyss has 7 layers, each divided by their own separate side effects. Different creatures, different monsters roam the lower that you go. However, divers themselves will face even harsher side effects. The first layer has divers facing dizziness and nausea, the first and easiest layer closest to the surface. The second has intense nausea and stronger headaches. Third has divers facing vertigo and hallucinations. This is where that childlike animation starts to deceive us, however, just keep that in mind. The fourth has intense pain and very extreme external bleeding. The fifth is the loss of all senses and confusion. Sixth is the loss of humanity and possible death. Due to how low the sixth layer is, almost all senses have been lost to this point. It is referred as to the point of no return. Once divers make it past the 6th layer, they will no longer be able to reach the surface. 7th is the very last layer, and it is confirmed death. It is rumored that Rico's mother, Lila, has reached the lowest surface and is now unable to return, which is why they're going down there in the first place. When the horror scenes happen, they definitely feel like they're done for shock value at times. But in this video, I don't necessarily want to focus on the actual horror aspect of the show. What I do want to focus on is the actual music of the show. It's behind the musician Kevin Penkin, who is behind the soundtrack, and every scene is paired with the perfect soundtrack to create an emotion like no other. Unfortunately, because of copyright, I won't be able to show most of the scenes in the show. However, I just want to kind of just touch on that fact because I feel like it's a unique way of telling a story and a way to enhance emotion, just creating a atmosphere that just works for the show. It's been a couple months since the release of Season 2, however, when I watched Made in Abyss, one striking resemblance that came to mind was Dante's Inferno. It's basically about a poet who goes through hell, a fictionalized version of it, where every tier is a different type of I guess you could say major flaw, I guess you could say, whether it be greed, whether it be lust, wherever you call it, right? And in a way, Made in Abyss kind of tells this story as well, where the deeper you go, you face different side effects. I know it probably has nothing to do with it, but it is a really interesting resemblance to just mention really quick. So I just wanted to take a second and talk about Made in Abyss. Thank you so much for watching. That's pretty much all I have for today. Before I finish this video, I just want to give a big thank you for all the subscribers and all the views. We finally hit 100 videos, and 100 videos later, I feel amazing. It's a milestone I never thought I'd be at. And now that we're almost at 1,000 subscribers as well, I am so thankful for the position that I'm at. I started YouTube like a year ago, and it's doing incredible. I'm very thankful for this community that we're building up from the ground up. And I wouldn't ever replace this feeling. I think we can do great things, and I want to just create more content for you all. Moving forward, I do want to just not necessarily change the content I do, but another thing I want to explore more is just vlogs in general. I recorded one last year for ComplexCon, and I want to keep doing it again, whether that means music festivals, concerts, or anything else, just random trips in general. I want to record them more and just be able to just show that kind of content for you all. So just wanted to talk about that really quick, a little announcement. Again, thank you so much for the support. I cannot thank you all enough. I will catch you on the next video, and peace, take care. Thank you so much for the support, and I hope you all have a great one. Peace.